Okay. Now, let's look at the second equation. The second system is negative x plus 3y plus z equals 1. 3x minus y plus nothing. So that means 0z equals 2. Okay, if z does not appear, means 0 times z equals 0. So you don't need to write here. And then here is 3y plus 3z equals negative 2. Here there is no x. That means it's 0 times x is 0. So you have a coefficient of x is 0. Now then you have a negative 1, 3, 1, 4, negative 1, 0, 0, 3, 3. That's the coefficient matrix here. And again you let x be x, y, z this time. And b is the constant 1, 2, negative 2, 1, 2, negative 2. So here the system can be written as A times x equals b. Or A is this matrix, if you put right here. X is this matrix, that's 3 by 1. And here is 3 by 3. 3 rows, 3 columns. And again, the number of columns here should be equal to the number of rows right here. And then you'll end up with 3 by 1, 3 rows, 1 column, the matrix. So, row times column, okay, right here, and then add together. Negative 1 times x plus 3 times y, right here, and 1 times z, right here, add together. Right hand side, you just keep it. And then 4 times x, plus negative 1 times y, right here, plus 0 times z, right here. Okay? And then 0 times x, that's 0, and 3 times y here, 3y, plus 3 times z. So, row times column, add together. Look, that will be exactly right here. Negative x plus 3y plus z equals 1. 4x minus y equals 2. 3y plus 3z equals negative 2. Okay? So after we introduced multiplication, the system of equations can be written in this way. Remember how to do the multiplication of two matrices. Row times column, add together. And you can only do this if the number of rows, here the number of columns equals the number of rows. And then you end up with the number of rows of the first one and number of columns with the last one. Okay, that's after the multiplication of the matrices is introduced. Now let's look at some examples right here. Look at this one. We are given two matrices. One is A, 6, negative 7, 8. Second row is negative 8, 9, 2. We are given B, 5, 3, 0, 3, negative 6, 6. Here is 2 by 3. Always goes is row first, column next. 2 by 3. And here is 3 by 2. So what we can do is A times B. A here, B here. Here the number of columns equals the number of rows. So we are able to do that. Okay? And then you will end up with a 2 by 2. Alright? Now, row times column. Okay? Add together. So what we have here is 6 times 5, row times column, and then plus negative 7 times 0, plus 8 times negative 6, row times column, add together. And then this one you put right here. Now, row times first column, you put right here. If this first row times the second column, you want to put on the first row, second column. So, row times column. 6 times 3 plus negative 7 times 3. Okay? And plus 8 times 6. 8 times 6. So 8 times 6 right here. Row times column. Remember, add together. Row times column, add together. Keep in your mind. If it's the first row times the first column, so you put first row, first column. That's this one. If it's the first row times the second column, then you put the first row, second column right here. Now is the turn for the second row. Second row times the first column, you want to put the second row, first column. That's this place. So negative 8 times 5 plus 9 times 0 plus 2 times negative 6. 2 times negative 6. Add together. Okay? Now is the time for us to do the second row, the second column. Where you should put second row, second column. Here. Exactly. So row times column, add together. Negative 8. So times 3. And then 9 times 3. 9 times 3. Plus 2 times 6. Okay? 2 times 6. So right here. Now the result for the first one, 30. Here is 0. Here is negative 48. So 30 minus 48 is negative 18. 18 from here, 3 times 6 is 18. Negative 21 from 3 times negative 7, negative 21. And 8 times 6 is 48. So eventually we have a 45. Okay? 45. Positive. Now, negative 8, positive 5 is negative 40. Here is 0. Here is negative 12. So negative 40, negative 12, together negative 52. The last one, 3, negative 8, negative 24, 3, 9, 27, 2, 6, 12. Add all together, positive 15. 12 plus 27 is 39. 37 minus 24 is 15. Okay, put right here. So you end up with 2 by 2. Okay, now here is A times B. How about B times A? B times A, you want to write B first. B is 3 by 2. 3 by 2. And A is 2 by 3. So we want 2 by 3, second one. Okay? Now, those two are equal. The number of columns equals the number of rows. So we are able to conduct multiplication. Okay? And you should end up with 3 rows, 3 columns. Now, the first row, 5, 3 times first column, 5 times 6, plus 3 times negative 28. 5 times 6 is 30, minus 24, we have a 6 right here. Okay? Now, first row times second column, where you should put. Then first row second column is first row second column, so you put right here. Okay, so 5 times 7 negative plus 3 times 9. First row second column, so first row second column. That's the location you should put. Okay, and then the answer right here is 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. 3 times 9, 27. This will give us negative 8 right here. Okay. Now, first row times third column, where you should put? Put on the first row times third column. So you should have a first row, third column. That's the location you should put. 5 times 8, 5 times 8. Plus 3 times 2, 3 times 2. So 5, 8, 40, 3, 2, 6. Together 46. Now another 6 elements. Let me pick one. Pick this one to see how we get it. You may try the rest of them. Okay? How do we get this one? This is row 2, column 3. So you want to locate row 2, column 3. Row 2 is 0, 3 here. And then column 3 is 8, 2. So how did we get it? 0 times 8, 3 times 2. Row 2, so row 2, column 3, so column 3. So that's the place. 0 times 8, you see, 0, 8. And 3 times 2. Okay, 0 times 8 is 0 plus 3 times 2, so eventually you have a 6. So this one, this element is C23. Okay, yeah, is row 2, column 3 is described by 2, 3. Okay, right here. Right here. That's from where? From here, row 2, here, column 3. So 2, 3, row 2, column 3, and then here's 2, 3. Okay, so you have this one. You may try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yourself. Okay, now let's look at this one. Try yourself. Here A has only 1 row but 3 columns. Here B has what? Has 3 rows, 1 column. How to do A times B? Row, again, you want to check if the number of columns equals the number of rows. They are equal. And you should end up with what? You should end up with 1 by 1. Okay? You see, row times column. Negative 7 times 5 is right here. 7 times 8. 7 times 8. And then 2 times negative 3. You want to add all together. So negative 7, 5 is negative 35. And here 7 plus 7 times 8 is 56. 2 negative 3 is negative 6. Add all together. Then you see 56 minus 6 is 50, and 50 minus 35 is 15, and end up with 1 by 1. If you do B times A, B is this one, A is this one. Okay? And then you can check the number of columns equals the number of rows. And then you should end up with 3 by 3 matrix. You got to enjoy yourself about this one. Try yourself.